Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm sitting at Walmart. I just finished my workout. I'm feeling amazing, and it's the best time where I'm taking the gym with me everywhere I go. And when you do that, you're more focused and locked in on meeting your goal. If you are new to my channel, my name is Jerrika. I've lost 70 pounds after having my third child, and I did it naturally. Okay, I did it with my nutrition and my workout plan and some other things, components to help me achieve my fat loss goal, especially my belly fat. Belly fat lives rent-free sometimes, and I know how hard you may struggle with it, but I want you to think about, before losing the belly fat, before losing weight, before even focusing on fat loss, I want you to focus on first trying to regulate your hormones. Today I'm going to show you foods that help me regulate my hormones and to be able to lose the belly fat and to be able to achieve my dream body and lose over 50 pounds of fat. And it's mind-blowing every time I think of it, especially being a woman over the age of 35, a woman that has had kids. Your hormones get really out of whack. Today I'm going to show you some easy foods that will help you reduce your insulin, that will help you stabilize your blood sugar, that will help you regulate your estrogen and your progesterone. If you like videos like this, make sure you comment, like, most of all, subscribe to my channel and become part of the Body for Days community. I would love to have you be a part of the Body for Days community. So let's get into the video, guys. Okay, so first, when you come straight in Walmart doors, avocado. Avocado is a healthy fat. The avocado helps with your estrogen and progesterone, which is going to help regulate your hormones. You can buy them fresh. You can put them on the side of a meal as your healthy fat. Or what I like to do is I like to have them frozen and put them inside of my smoothies, okay? So be mindful that you want to also regulate how much you're actually having, all right? So you don't want to exceed more than one avocado a day, but this will be great to regulate your hormones. So when you go into the grocery store, grab about 2 or 3 of these to help with, again, your progesterone and your estrogen. The avocado also regulates your blood sugar, and they make you feel fuller longer. So if you have a problem feeling full, or you have a problem feeling like you're not having enough to eat, again, have an avocado, a few slices of avocado, balance it out into your daily meal plan. Okay, so next we have broccoli. Now, I like to have the broccoli in the pack because it's easier for me. Now, if you want to have some fresh broccoli, you can have fresh broccoli. What broccoli does is it detoxes your body of excess estrogen. Yes, you can have more estrogen that you need, okay? The broccoli also helps balance and regulate your hormones. Being over 35, the slightest thing can give you an imbalance in your hormones, okay? So you want to make sure that you're keeping your diet enriched with things that are going to help regulate your hormones. Add these into your meal prep. You can cook them in a microwave, you can put them in the oven and let them cook, but I would definitely go with broccoli, and this is in my weekly meal prep this week. So get about 2 to 3 packs of the broccoli, or you can use the fresh broccoli. Next, I'm going to show you a food and fish that will help regulate your cortisol. Your cortisol is your stress hormone, okay? That's a reason why sometimes you're not able to lose the belly fat, you're not able to lose weight, because your stress hormone, your cortisol, is very high. This food will help balance your cortisol. It also has a lot of omega-3 in it. It also helps with your thyroid and helps you reduce inflammation, especially in the gut, okay? I'm not talking about the outside, the abdominals. I'm talking about inside of your belly, okay? Now, this is an option. Now, this should be in your daily staple, which is salmon, okay? Now, the best option of salmon will be the wild-caught salmon, but they don't have the wild-caught salmon here, so we're just gonna go with the Atlantic salmon, okay? The best option is the wild-caught salmon, but since it's not here, or if you can find it in your store, you can go for that. and you can get the big packet like this, and you can cut it up. Or if you're like me, you got things to do and you just want to buy 2, 3, or the 4 pack and just put them into your meal prep, you can do that as well. But definitely add the salmon to your diet. If you don't like salmon, you know, substitute the salmon for something else. But if you love salmon, you're a salmon eater, definitely add the salmon for the omega-3 for the thyroid function, for the omega-3 for the thyroid function. Okay, I was diagnosed a couple years ago, well, about 15, it might have been more years ago, with a hypothyroid. Okay, in turn I have reversed that in life with having a better diet and just regulating my thyroid, regulating my diet and what I'm actually intaking. So I'm gonna get a few of these for my my meal prep this week, because I'm also in a cut. So make sure that if you don't have the wild caught salmon, you can use the Atlantic salmon. Okay, so next we have eggs. Okay, eggs are a good cholesterol. They are a good cholesterol. There are some bad cholesterol, but eggs are packed with protein. They're also good for muscle recovery. Okay, so when you ask yourself, what's a good snack while I'm trying to lose fat? Eggs. Okay, if you're worried about your cholesterol, just take out the egg yolk and have the egg whites. But I would definitely recommend adding some eggs into your daily diet to regulate your hormones, because again, they have good cholesterol and they're packed with protein. The eggs are packed with protein and good cholesterol, which is a building block for your hormones. So add some eggs into your diet. If you don't like eggs, go for a egg white, and just make it plain and simple. Just scramble the egg or boil the egg. Don't try to make it sunny side up. Don't try to make it all fried egg. That's defeating the purpose of your actual fat loss journey. So next we have yogurt. The thing about yogurt is, and this is the biggest part of my video, especially for your hormones, yogurt raises your insulin, but it also stabilizes your blood sugar. Okay, so yogurt has lactose. All right, yogurt also has a good content of fat and a good content of protein, but it has to be the right yogurt. The yogurt is going to digest slowly. Okay, that makes you feel fuller longer. Also is going to help stabilize your blood sugar. Yes, your insulin will raise. I would use my insulin spike in the day, allowing my insulin to come back down. Okay, you want to try to avoid having an insulin spike at night, simply because your body's going to fight all night through your fasting period for your insulin to come back down. Okay, so if you're going to have something that's going to boost your insulin, like yogurt, you should have it earlier in the day to give your body some time to drop your insulin level. Okay, now I have the ratio today. Okay, the ratio, again, tomato, whichever one you pick, not the super sweet yogurts. Okay, now this yogurt has one ingredient, which is coconut. It's easy for your body to digest and break down one ingredient versus a banana, strawberry, or a mixed flavors. Okay, and it also has 1 gram of sugar with no added sugars and 15 grams of protein. This should be a staple to make you feel fuller, also stabilize your blood sugar, and it's also going to digest very slowly good protein and good fat content. So make sure when you pick your yogurt, don't just pick for taste. Okay, we're not eating for taste at this point. We're eating for our specific goal, which could be, if you're watching this, fat loss. Okay, so keep mindful. Okay, you want to try to avoid the yogurts that have, for instance, Activia. It does support good health. Yogurt is a probiotic, so it is going to support good health, okay, and digestion. It's supporting digestion because it digests slow, okay. But if you look at the content on here, the sugar, you have 9 grams of sugar and 6 grams of added sugar. You see what I'm saying? Comment down below if you understand what I'm saying about the yogurt. If you don't, write a comment. Okay, my favorite. Sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes have a high content of B6. The B6 help regulate your hormones. Sweet potatoes are a carb. They're a good carb. They're a complex carb. So you have different carbs, okay? You have a processed carb, you have a simple carb, you have complex carbs, you have different carbs in this journey, okay? Choose the right carb, okay? You can regulate your insulin with the sweet potatoes and regulate your hormones, all right? So I want you to think about what each food does and how it helps you with your hormones, not just eating it because it's on a meal plan and it says, well, you need to eat this. You got to think about how all of these things affect your hormones that you're actually intaking. Next, berries. Not every berry, okay? Not every fruit, okay? I want you to think blackberries for hormones. Blackberries for hormones. What they help do is they help balance your hormones, and also they help manage your stress levels. Remember what I told you, that the stress hormone was cortisol, right? So the antioxidants help balance that stress hormone. When you're thinking about berries, you want to either go with a blueberry or a blackberry, or you can even go with a raspberry or a strawberry. Not only that, they pack tons of fiber. When you're trying to lose fat, you're on a high protein diet, you might be constipated, you might not be able to use the bathroom, and you need some fiber into your system. The berries are rich in fiber, and they're also one of the fruits with a low content of sugar, which is the fructose, okay? The berries also help regulate your estrogen. You're gonna keep hearing me say estrogen. They help regulate your estrogen levels. Along with the berries being able to regulate your estrogen, they also help reduce inflammation. So, to find out the foods that are giving you that inflammation, you need to keep a food diary. It doesn't have to be a food diary. Use your notepad on your phone. Use a notebook and write down what you're actually eating. Write how you feel after you eat certain things, okay? Because sometimes you can wake up and you're like, oh my God, my stomach is the flattest ever. Throughout the day, you don't know where your bloating came from, okay? So first you need to create a food diary so you can know what's keeping me bloated, like what is my body reacting to in a negative way? What's keeping me inflamed, okay? And then you also want to have these things like the berries that are going to reduce inflammation and fight against inflammation. So add berries into your diet and think about the blackberries, the blueberries, the blackberries, also the raspberries, okay? Also strawberries as well. All right, guys, the Walmart Hormone haul is now complete. If you've been struggling with your hormones, grab the foods that I mentioned in the video. If you want more videos like this, you have to comment and let me know. Comment if you want to see me use these same ideas in a meal prep or a what I eat in a day, so you can have how to plan the meals, how to know when to eat certain things. All right, so I want you to remember this: your waistline and your gut health is going to thank you, okay? So start feeding your gut some good bacteria, some prebiotics, some probiotics, some things that are going to help you reduce, especially if you're struggling with belly fat. This is definitely the content for you.